Good morning, Lincoln, and hello, hunters. My name is Mira, and welcome back to another Let's Play Before Sunset After Vows. Listen, I let them have free will to dress themselves however they want, and this is how Xavier wanted to dress today, so I'm not going to question it. We're just going to let him be and get right into the event. So today, we do have story today. So we will be doing quite a few things. Let's go ahead and do our check-ins first. Please do not forget your check-ins because this is free items, 200 diamonds. They've been giving us a lot of diamonds this event. Alright, and I think we're just gonna, let's do the party favors first. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way, and then we'll go ahead and start doing the story. And we'll start with the top. We'll just start with Xavier. Alright, number 6. Let's see how this one... Oh, hello, Zayne. Alright. We're waiting on Zayne to get finished with his. Few for that one. Surprisingly enough, nobody has wanted... Oh, there we go. Nobody's wanted stampings. There we go. Okay, I've become very efficient with this. We did it! We only got 3 stars. Oh, 1 star though. What? Zayne, you were not going fast enough, my love. I wonder if I can do that. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Let's try something. Maybe I have to help with... Oh, I can... Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. So I can help with these too. Ooh, we got our burst of inspiration. Oh, that was much better. Okay, so we can help with the gems. I thought that was something that they could just do, but we did get our 3 stars, so... Let's go ahead, and so that will unlock tomorrow. Okay, this is... I love this minigame. I think it's so fun. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into our story. So we're going to go ahead and just start with Xavier at the top. Well, of course, end with Sylus, but... Alright, Evermore Bond, Chapter 1. Oh, it's the Field of Flowers. The basic setup is almost done. A large shipment of fresh flowers, which will be used for decorations, arrives at the ceremony's supply station.
Oh, Xavier's here too. Perfect timing. You two can help us remove the thorns from the flowers over there.
What is that supposed to mean, Leonie? Why are you calling him Xavier? No, I call him Xavier. Xavier and I grab a stool and join the staff who are preparing the flowers. Rhythmic snipping sounds fill the air, and pruning shears remove thorns and excess leaves from rose stems. Who knew removing thorns could be so therapeutic? But when I glance at the pile of flowers in front of Xavier, my eyes widen in surprise. Are you some kind of thorn-removing robot? We've been working for the same amount of time, yet his pile of prepared roses is twice the size of mine. You must have been an internet philo, right?
I watched Jeremiah do it a few times and picked up the technique.
There it is. It's settled then. I'll study your technique. I move my stool to sit in front of Xavier, rest my chin on my hands, and watch as he skillfully removes the thorns. His movements are simple yet fluid. They carry the same precision he uses when wielding a sword.
I feel like you'll keep studying until I'm done with these remaining flowers.
What makes you say that? With a mischievous smile, I take a closed rosebud from the basket beside him and digress. You already sorted out these bullet-shaped buds. They said these probably won't bloom.
Not necessarily. I know of a way.
He sets down the thorn snippers and places his hand over mine. He guides mine into massaging the swollen parts of the bud in a circular motion. Once a small opening appears at the top part of the bud, he tilts it towards me.
Now gently blow on it.
It's almost like you're showing me a magic trick. Oh, it wants me to blow. Okay, hold on, let's see if it works. It probably won't work. Gotta wait. Somewhat skeptical, I blow on the tip of the bud. I'm amazed as the petals begin to unfurl one at a time. Oh, wow. It's official. You've been promoted to thorn-removing robot. You're now a you've been promoted from thorn-removing robot. You're now a flora mage master.
It's just a quick fix. A flower that's forced to bloom is barely acceptable for the flower wall, but asking them to do more is impossible.
He glances at me before quickly returning to the pile of flowers.
For example, they won't work for bouquets.
Are you talking about the ones people will carry during the ceremony?
Yes, there are hand-tied round bouquets. Of course, the arrangement of cascading bouquets is beautiful too. You can't forget the wrist corsages and small flower baskets. We have a lot of options to choose from.
He knows so much. When did he research all of this? Maybe he finally noticed the lack of response. Xavier looks up from the flowers to meet my gaze.
Why aren't you saying anything?
My gaze flits between him and the basket of unopened buds. My gaze flits between him and the unopened buds he carefully sorted out. There's an unexpected resemblance between the two. Has anyone ever used flower buds for their bouquet?
Huh? Do you prefer a bouquet with those?
He looks more like a flower bud. Come closer. I want to tell you something. His fluffy hair feels nice. Compared to handling flower stems, ruffling it helps me de-stress better. Don't worry. Even if you turned into a shy flower bud, I'd coax you into blooming, but by rubbing your tummy and whispering warm words, you'll definitely pop open then.
While I can't imagine why you thought of that, actually, I don't know if I should feel reassured or worried. You still haven't answered my question. Which type of bouquet do you think is best?
I squint at my favorite flower bud. Then I start counting the conditions using my fingers. You only mentioned a bouquet's arrangement, but I think being beautiful isn't enough. My ideal bouquet needs to be beautiful, practical, and most importantly, one of a kind. Oh, I love the idea of Xavier making her a bouquet. That's so cute. Alright, moving on to Zayne next. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, I think this is from the Spring and Flowers event. Under the scorching sun, the venue feels like Under the scorching sun, the venue feels like a steamer. Stifling and suffocating. The air is so thick that it's almost tangible. I'm busy inspecting the photo area setup when something heavy and cold is placed in my hand. A cool sensation spreads across my palm.
Cold drinks and heat stroke prevention supplies from the aid station. I saved some for you.
Oh, thank you, Zayne.
There's an extreme heat warning today. Why don't you take a break?
I take a sip of the cold drink. The refreshing coolness instantly rushes to my head and brings immediate relief. In the blazing sun, what seems to be white vapors rising from Zayne's body. I blink and look again to confirm I'm not imagining things. That's so cute! Someone's secretly using his evil to cool off.
I'm not exactly hiding it. And since you're benefiting from this, shouldn't you be by my side?
Yes. Come here, Dr. Zayne. I take a step toward him, and our arms touch. If we're joining forces, then I should maximize my benefits first. If we had 100 Zaynes using their evil at once here, it'd be nice.
Unfortunately, there's only one Zayne.
No. Fortunately, there's only one Zayne.
Yes, that's the expression I want. This young man looked too cold a moment ago. Now he's great with that slight smile. Are you two a couple? We actually need models to test the photo booth setup. I was wondering if you might be interested?
You could just call me his girlfriend, but that's okay. The photographer holds up an instant camera. Her face is full of anticipation.
It depends on her.
After the photo shoot, the photographer gives us several instant photos as a gift. Zayne, don't you think these photos are missing something? They need a bit of oomph to stand out.
That look on your face tells me you already have an idea in mind.
We can ask the guests to bring their favorite accessories for the photos. Or maybe we can prepare a selection of props. Accessories that would work for the ceremony. Boutonnieres, bow ties, veils, neckties, and sunglasses should do.
I suspect some of these accessories will be chosen much more frequently than others.
Although I know exactly what he's implying, I can't help but pretend to be confused. The sunglasses?
You're very thoughtful to consider sun protection for the guests.
Sorry, had a little
However, I believe the most suitable accessory for this ceremony is a veil.
Sorry, had a little bit of a oomph there. All right, He raises a hand to shield my eyes from the sun. Then he slowly moves it back to stroke my head, and his fingertips brush against the strands of my hair behind my ear.
However, I believe the most suitable accessory for this ceremony is a veil.
His expectant gaze makes me reach out to hold his hand. Aside from the veil, what would you choose for yourself, Dr. Zayne?
Something that would complement you perfectly, of course.
He takes my hand and uses it to trace a line along his neck. Most men would probably choose the bow ties, right? Why don't we prepare various veils and bow ties for the guests to choose from? Zayne already has a bunch of bow ties. What would actually be special for him? Deep in thought, I look up to find Dr. Zayne staring at me with the same expression.
A planner's work is already mentally taxing, so for Miss Hunter's veil, why don't you leave it to me?
This is so cute! Wait! Zayne making me a veil, that's so special, honestly. After completing today's tasks, I sit down for a short rest. I'm waiting for Zayne to finish his work so we can leave together.
Wake up.
Evening sunlight falls on his face and softens the sharp angles of his features. I poke his cheek. You look nice and gentle. Why did the photographer say you looked cold?
Maybe she legitimately felt cold.
If I had known you were this effective, I would have made everyone look at you this morning because of the heat warning.
Instead of doing that, you could try adding more cool lighting to the venue. I do recall the photo booth area having cool light panels and warm light panels.
I wonder why a certain person is so eager to help. I pick up a cool light panel and point it at Zayne. He quickly suppresses a smile threatening to appear at the corners of his lips. Then a cold expression appears on his face. Brr, it's a little cold. You've always been like this, even back then. You're just like an iceberg. He gives me the warm light panel.
Try this.
I don't need that. If you're close enough, you can feel the warmth beneath the iceberg. He wraps an arm around my waist.
But only one person is allowed to get this close. Besides, summer's warmth would be too much for you.
I hug him and rest my cheek against his chest. I guess I can make a small sacrifice and be a little warm. Why does it feel even colder now, though?
I absorb heat, so the temperature drops. And just like that, the iceberg melted.
Wait, is that a thing we knew he could do? Is that part of his evil? Because that would be kind of cool, actually. All right, moving on to Rafayel. With Rafayel's help, the venue setup progresses more quickly. During my lunch break that day, I find myself thinking about what kind of reward I can give Rafayel. Making promises is too easy, but keeping them is hard. I should give him something meaningful on the day of the ceremony. Despite coming up with all sorts of ideas, none of them feel right. Light pink flower petals fall as I worry. They drift with the breeze.
Why are you stressing out when I'm right here?
What is that outfit? I've never seen him in that outfit. Okay, but why is it so good on him? I look up to see Rafayel on the observation deck. He's sprinkling the last handful of flower petals near me. I thought you'd be hiding in the shade to escape the heat, but you're being creative instead.
I have something cool to show you. Quick, join me up here.
I climb the steps and find him gazing up at the blooming trees. Following his gaze, I see an impressively large spider web situated between the branches. Water droplets hang from the silk, and the sunlight they reflect is beautiful. Do you think the spider knows how magical its web looks?
It chose to weave its web on an observation deck. I bet it thinks its creation deserves to be part of the view.
The web still needs the right audience to appreciate it, though. It almost looks like it made a rainbow silk. Its color is unique. But we're in a spatial anomaly. I'm not surprised that the creatures here would be different.
Have you seen other organisms?
When I was investigating these anomalies, I saw plants that didn't exist on the outside world. The Association's database has records about metaflux creatures. Hunters discover them in various spatial anomalies. If you're interested, I can look them up for you and give you a powerful gust suddenly picks up, and it makes the flowers flutter downwards.
Come here.
He has earrings in too? Rafayel pulls me towards him and uses his body to shield me from the wind. When the wind subsides, the ground is covered with fresh flower petals. Look, Rafayel. We raise our heads and see the shimmering spider web has been blown to pieces. Beautiful silk is always fragile. It's like the silk from the silkworms. The clothing made from it tears easily, and its colors fade when you leave it in the sun for too long.
I heard there's a type of silk whose color never fades when it's used to make clothing.
Is it natural? He has a distant, nostalgic look on his face as he tucks strands of my windblown hair behind my ears.
When I was a kid, I read a biology encyclopedia in Lemuria that mentioned an amazing sea creature. It's called a rainbow worm. It produces silk that has an iridescent shimmer. My Lemurian ancestors used it to make garments that have been passed down through generations. But these creatures went extinct many years ago. I've only seen a few preserved textiles made from their silk. I tried to find them, but I came back empty-handed. Maybe they thought it was a good idea to go on land, like me.
I pick up a flower petal that landed on his shoulder. I blow air at it so it floats towards him. Oh, it's gonna have me blow again. We have to wait here. Maybe they found kind, brave bodyguards, like me.
And they're busy helping their bodyguards solve all sorts of problems right now, wherever they are.
He takes my hand and leads me towards brilliant sunlight.
Your break is almost over, yeah? Your advisor is eager to take some weight off your shoulders.
Why are you more eager than me, though?
Because my super busy Miss Event Planner will only have time to solve my problems if she's done with her work.
Of course. After finishing today's work, Raphael brings me to a fashion studio.
Give me a minute. I'll get the dress.
You're picking up your aunt's outfit for her next performance? I don't have a problem with that. If anything, it's a treat for me to see it early. Her costumes always manage to leave a strong impression on me. During this short break, I quickly pull up the association's database. I plan to find some metaflux creatures to tell Raphael about. Huh?
What's wrong? The venue needs you to deal with more problems?
No. Look at this. Do they look similar to those... What did you call them again? Rainbow worms? Here are some old records. The discovery dates go back several years.
Microscopic metaflux organisms that colonize aquatic regions within spatial anomalies. The silk they secrete is soft yet resilient, luminous and non-toxic. It sounds similar, yeah?
Oops. According to this, these creatures were discovered in spatial anomalies with intense intense fluctuations. And once these spaces disappeared, no one could find any traces of them.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Would you like to try it on now?
I turn around to look at the dress in the designer's hands. I'm confused. This doesn't match the sketch Aunt Talia sent us. Did you bring the wrong one?
This is exactly what Mr. Raphael ordered.
Talia can't be the only one with a new outfit for an important ceremony.
Yeah, Raphael dressing up his girlfriend to look good.
Someone who will be there the whole time deserves suitable formal attire too.
I bet Raphael has impeccable fashion sense for everyone, not just himself. Oops, wrong one. Alright, let's do Caleb next. Hello, Caleb. The rehearsal for the ceremony continues at the message board area. Acting as guests, we write messages on cards designed for this and stick them on an elegantly decorated board. I love this outfit on Caleb. This is one of my favorite outfits on him. Caleb, I think the experience here is sort of like the photo display.
It's more than just sort of. Most guests won't bother to come here after visiting the photo display. I suggest you change some things, Miss Ceremony Planner.
A card that wasn't secured properly falls. Just as I reach out to catch it, I see it suspended in midair. The card floats towards me. Because of Caleb's evil, it hovers in front of me like a small white flag.
How many problems have we encountered in our rehearsal?
This is the 6th one. Once again, it goes to show that plans on paper never work out in reality. With Caleb's help, we've identified quite a few flaws in the event.
Isn't that why I'm here? I'll help you make your plans a reality.
Now that we've experienced every part of the ceremony in advance, how can I still surprise him? I need to come up with a different surprise. Then I can give him give it to him as a gift. A warm hand suddenly covers my brow. I didn't even realize I was frowning.
If you're worried about not having any new ideas, I know a place that might inspire you. It's a little dangerous, though. We need to see if our ceremony planner is brave enough to go.
Just carry me. Just use your evil. Oh no, this is a sad background. Caleb brought me to one of Skyhaven's guard stations. As the sun sets, we stand at the edge of the canyon, clouds swirling below our feet. Skyhaven has spatial anomalies too, huh?
The Far Space Fleet investigates all spatial anomalies in Skyhaven. They've already checked this area and determined that the fluctuation index is stable. We named this place Cloud Canyon.
Oh.
Come closer. If you fall, you'll never be found again.
I take his hand and playfully wave it. You should be careful too. We'll fall together if you don't save me. Caleb holds my hand more tightly as he leads me along the edge of the canyon. A massive tree slowly emerges from the clouds. Under the tree, there are piles of wooden pieces stacked on top of one another. Each has a different shape and design. Why are they stacked up like this? They look like building blocks.
It's the message board for this place.
Puzzled, I pick up one of the wooden pieces. It has a golden thread tied to it and tiny symbols carved onto its surface. This looks like text. Is this a sentence?
Yep. It says, "I wish we could be each other's most important person."
Really? And that? I point at another wooden strip nearby.
It says, "I wish we could meet up when the weather is nice." And this one says, "I wish we could meet up even when the weather isn't nice."
They aren't even in the same pile. I knew you were making it up. His smile widens.
Even if they're from an unfamiliar world, you can always find similarities in what people do.
He points above our heads. Ancient giant trees rise above the mist that's covering large portions of the sky. Their trees rustling in the wind.
The atmosphere, the carefully decorated wooden strips, and the earnestly carved words, they're related to wishes.
I carefully trace the carvings on the wooden pieces and imagine the hands that once etched these letters.
There are some blank ones here. Do you want to write one yourself?
Caleb places a small knife in my hand.
But we need to make a promise. We're not allowed to peek as we carve.
If you don't want me to see it, then you'll have to carve it in a language I don't understand. Wind rustles the green leaves of the giant tree as I pick up a wooden strip. I look at the crimson glow on the wood, on the horizon. I wish Caleb could watch the sunset with me. The words appear in my mind, and I use the knife to solemnly carve them with a great care. I wonder what Caleb is writing. I quietly sneak up behind Caleb. I wish I could always come home to her. It's like the knife in his hand is carving marks on my heart, too. Each movement is gentle.
Are you peeking to make sure I'm writing in a language you understand?
I quickly turn away. I was just trying to get inspiration. If we replace paper with wood strips, message blocks, then we can use them to build a small house of messages.
Not bad. It's more creative than a message board, too. If I were a guest, I'd check it out.
It can also be a house of wishes, a house of truths, or a house of vows. A thought suddenly surfaces in my mind. If anything, I can build it... If anything, If anything can be built with these blocks, then what about a home?
I must be pretty good since I'm keeping your inspiration flowing.
I'll be counting on you for the upcoming experiences. We exchange smiles, then we pick a stack of wooden pieces and place our 2 strips together at the top of the pile. Oh, I liked that one. That one was so cute. Oops. All right, and our last guy, Mr. Sylus. Of course, we're at Onakindness's base. Sylus's knowledge and dedication to the preparations surprise me. He even suggests playing vinyl records for background music at the venue. I already know the place he has in mind for testing these records. I don't need to ask about it. Of course he's still awake. Reading a book about history, Sylus sits on the sofa.
I heard shuffling noises. You must be up to something, sweetie. Working overtime at Onakindness is a first for me, though. It's a rather novel experience.
As he sets his book down, I settle into the empty space in his arms. Please, would anyone dare to make Onakindness's leader work overtime?
Out of all the people in the N109 zone, someone comes to mind. She's the same person who dares to enter my room without knocking. And has the nerve to argue with Mephisto. She also insisted on giving me an extra bottle of shower gel. Oh, we also can't forget how she enjoys being my boss lately.
Stop. Keep talking, and I'll end up as the N109 zone's most notorious troublemaker. Anyways, you're the one who came up with the brilliant suggestion of playing vinyl records at the venue. I need to listen to a few songs before I pick them out.
Oh, are you implying I set myself up?
Yes? Now, do you have anything else to say? No? Then lead me to the vinyl collection, little S.
You've got me there. Follow me, boss.
I love little S. The 6 vinyl records I've carefully selected are spread out on the table. Across from them, Sylus reads his book. This is harder than I thought. I should have just let Sylus take the lead instead of acting confident. Deep in thought, I feel a large hand rest on my head. It gently tousles my hair.
If you need extra brain power, there's another brain you can use.
Is your book not interesting enough?
My boss is struggling right now. I want to put her at ease.
It's nice that you care about your boss. Now, which of these 6 would you recommend?
Since you're choosing music for couples, you should pick something that lets them feel each other's emotions.
I love when they play his music. He takes a vinyl record and places it on the record player. As gentle music begins to flow through the air, he extends his hand. He's inviting me to dance.
Relax. Dancing with me isn't anything new to you.
Are you really going to dance 6 times with me if none of these songs feel right?
That depends on your stamina.
The music is like a stream. Sylus and I move to the beat, our steps naturally falling in sync. until I deliberately mess up. Our dance quickly turns into a game of me trying to step on his toes and him dodging. You moved away again.
Sweetie, we've danced countless times already. I thought you were aware of how good our coordination is.
I remember leading you through every step during our first dance.
Things are different now. You can test it out if you don't believe me.
I wait for the perfect moment to step on Sylus's foot again, but he gracefully dodges with practiced ease. The space between us gives Sylus a chance. He twists his wrist, and he leads me into a spin that ends with me in his arms. I'm starting to wonder who's fallen into these traps here. Mr. Sylus.
It depends on whether you prefer being the hunted or the hunter.
That remains to be seen. But more importantly, I'll have to remove this song from the selection process.
Allow me to guess why.
He hugs me as I naturally wrap my arms around Sylus's neck. Our breaths intertwine in our tender embrace.
It's our special song now.
We have a song. All right. Well, we got through all of these stories. I'm really excited. Each guy has their own thing that they're making for MC, and I'm so excited to see how they do it at the end. It's going to be so cute. I believe tomorrow is just going to be the gameplay. Yes. So we're just going to have the heartfelt, the hearts and favors. So we'll go ahead and do that. But that is all we have for today. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really love to see you guys around. I also have an Instagram and Blue Sky where I post nearly every day. I also stream every Tuesday at Noon PST, both on YouTube and Twitch. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. And as always, stay safe out there, hunters.